Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Sunday morning on our 4th of July weekend. I do want to welcome you, and thank you for clicking on this for your Sunday experience or whenever you watch this. Independence Day, the celebration of our wonderful country and its promise, which we may be moving closer to right now in fulfillment. So it is a interesting time to be. These are strange times, but again, as I've said before, as Dr. Holmes used to teach very clearly, that if you know what and who you are, you can move through anything and be unmoved by it. Now, let's look at some ideas this morning. I found a wonderful quote by Will Rogers, who said, even though you're on the right track, you you will get run over if you just sit there. Now, let's look at that. Even though you're on the right track, you will get run over if you just sit there. Who was it? Dr. Tom Costa used to say, many times people are waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they wind up discovering it's a train headed in their direction. Anyhow, let's go for that light without it being a train, and that understanding, and that what could be defined as the zenith of the spiritual awareness, which is what the New Thought movement is all about. Religious science, Divine Science, CSL, Anton, Emerson Institute, Unity, all of the New Thought teaching, Agent, the wonderful people at Agent. What are we doing? We're all hand in hand with a very interesting challenge, and that is to wake people up to the truth of themselves, and to allow them to know and know they know that they can have and be the zenith of spiritual awareness in action anytime they choose to be. We find ourselves over and over again in discovery. The more I know, there's more to know. We attain spiritual awareness and the zenith of spiritual awareness when we move in consciousness from knowing about our inner freedom to discover how to think, how to think and act from this awareness, from the awareness of our oneness. Every person has the power to think. Every person has the power to understand the truth of self and apply it. Every person has the power and right to think as freedom thinks, and this is a good time to think about it as we celebrate the 4th of July, our Independence Day. I choose to be independent from world thinking and think from spiritual awareness. You see, too many people fail to claim this birthright that they have, and we all have it. And hence they fail to do something wonderful with it. The great mind of Goethe gave us this insight, and listen to the genius of these words. He said, yes, to this thought I hold with firm persistence, the last result of wisdom's stamp it true. He only earns his freedom and existence who daily conquers them anew. So your challenge, mine, anyone's challenge, is to understand that every day is our opportunity to conquer confusion, doubt, and fear, and replace it with a higher understanding, and the courage that comes with it. The zenith of a spiritual awareness has been attained when we reach the higher pinnacle of metaphysical consciousness. And then do what? And then spring into greater awareness of divine spirit. The great metaphysical minds of the age have all taught us, both East and West, that we are spirit having a human experience. Metaphysically, as the recognition by the individual of his or her spiritual identity with infinite mind, which never acts temporarily or from external coercion. But how does it act? It acts in accordance with its own absoluteness. As Dr. Holmes said so beautifully, the thing we change is not reality or the law of life or mind, but our own action in it. Now, how do we change our own action in the one mind? Number one, by knowing it takes positive faith and practice to achieve positive success. Number two, by rejecting negative thinking and filling our heart and mind with loving qualities of spiritual awareness. That's the basic metaphysical principle. Number three, by practicing mindfulness and opening our thinking to new ideas. Number four, by honoring our own inner desire to know and understand more. Number five, by letting love flow from the greatness of heart to the greatness of experience. Our Independence Day consciousness should be this in action. As the zenith of spiritual awareness in action, we can be wise and nip our limitation in the bud before it sets gloomily and heavily into our thinking. The clearest mind of the ages have passed down this lesson so beautifully and so wonderfully, and this is what we do in New Thought, is we look for the ultimate truth in all great teachings throughout all ages, and we find it's all the same thing. There's one life, it's God, it's our life, and it is done unto us as we believe. That's why we need to think about what we think about. You see, the clearest mind of the ages, again, have passed down this legend, and the lesson they have passed down with grace and love is that life is beautiful, but the eye of the beholder must be free to see it. We must be it in our awareness to see it in our experience. All matter is simply spirit compressed into form. The things of the world are divine substance with tangible use for us, you and me. Our universe is based on a spiritual pattern of unlimited good, and no material manifestation of this truth can in any way be less than the best for us. As we honor the divine presence as the provider of all creation, which is made out of itself, we are free. This is a good time in this 4th of July celebration to become one with our awareness of freedom in the right way for everyone, not just a few. We give the best everywhere at once. We bless it, respect its proper use and value, and give thanks, knowing that what we send forth must return to us multiplied. So we send forth today the beautiful. centered in spiritual awareness, centered in the spiritual, and we let it be our way. Let it be your way. Namaste. Thank you for starting your Sunday with me, and thank you for being here and celebrating our Independence Day. Know it's good enough to be true, that when we know the truth, we are free. Know it, and act like you do. Let it be your way. Again, namaste. Have a good one. And now, my friends, it is time to request and ask you for your love and support. We are not able to have our building open for the congregation to come, so we have not been able to pass the physical collection and love offering basket since March. And we do love and appreciate anything and everything that you would send us, and we ask you for it with love. And know that as we pass the metaphysical basket, everything is pressed down and overflowing. We appreciate and love your gift, your love offering, and your love. Thank you so much for your support. And now, let's go within and close this morning our wonderful Independence Day and affirm our spiritual being in action, the truth of ourself. Again, let's look at Will Rogers' statement and quote where he said, even though you're on the right track, you will get run over if you just sit there. Well, let's get up and move. Even though we can't go outside without a mask, we are free to be the truth of ourselves in action and know we're going to move through this whole experience in a loving and beautiful way and come out the other side a better country, a better individualized experience, and a better now. So as I speak my word in first person, join with me in love. And let's all affirm together, I know that I flow forward. I flow forward in my awareness of my oneness with infinite life. I celebrate the freedom, the individuality of the truth of my being. I flow forward into this beautiful day as positive confidence in action, knowing God in me provides for itself abundantly. My inner security and its reliance on truth, the truth of my being free, frees me to demonstrate health and wealth as my experience. Love flows forth plentifully from my heart. I honor the source of my life and place no limit on principle. Today I let inspiration motivate me as I discover new ideas and appreciate my strength and wisdom. I now see and embody unlimited possibilities for positive growth, positive expansion. I now see new opportunities for service. I am secure because I rely upon the one power and presence that is always right where I am. I am sustained and prospered. I relax and rely upon the God within. And I know it's true of everyone. As I say, Namaste, the God in me greets the God in you, the love in me greets the love in you, the Christ in me greets the Christ in you, the Atman in me greets the Atman in you. I think fully of the truth of my being, and I thankfully know something wonderful is happening right now. Right now. And so it is, was, and shall be in the now forever. Right now. Something wonderful is happening for you right now, my friends. Thank you. Thank you for your love offering, for your love and support. All of you in New Thought, whether it's Unity, Divine Science, and Religious Science, we are accepting your love and support, and I know that your church, your minister, would appreciate your love and support in this time of lockdown. It's a wonderful thing to be you and me. So celebrate that wonderfulness. You are full of wonder, full of light. Let it be your way. Namaste.